Hello, everyone. Welcome into another live stream. Yes, I am a bit late right now. So today we're gonna do some World Cup action. Between Mexico and South Korea. So you guys know, I'm a bit behind. So I'm like probably like 30 or a minute behind. So please do not spoil the game, guys. So don't react to if someone scores, do not say anything that don't say that they score because I haven't seen it yet. So no sports in the chat. Hey Adrian. So yeah, because yeah, I'm a minute behind, guys. So um I will really appreciate you guys not spoiling the game. Because yeah, like I'm using a streaming option. It's at home. I'm using a streaming option, and the streaming option is a bit behind compared to cable. I know some people have cable, but not everyone has it. Not everyone has cable. A lot of people had cut cable the last few years. So yeah, just putting out there, about not spoiling the game. So yeah, don't no spoilers, guys. you know. But yeah, I'm like 6 minutes into the game, so still 0-0. Hey Turbo. Um because I'm surprised Canada won six. Yeah, that was man, that was a man, Canada just dominated that game. I watched a little bit of it. Then I took a nap around like 2 hours ago. I was really tired. Um, yeah, I was really tired today. Oh, I'm not really into soccer that much, but if of course I'm rooting for Mexico here. Yeah, I'm not really into soccer, dude. I don't really. Well, I mean, the only time I watch soccer is the World Cup. I don't care for like Premier League or these other MLS or these other European leagues. I don't care for that, honestly. I don't care for like the Premier League and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not really big into soccer, but I did watch a lot of soccer during the pandemic since that was kind of the only sport that was on. But yeah, when the World Cups, if the Premier League have a playoffs, then it will be a worth at least. It would be at least be worth watching. Maybe I could watch the Premier League if they had a playoffs, but like I don't know. I mean, soccer could be a bit boring to watch. Like a lot of the games could be ending up 0-0, and that was. I'm not the biggest fan of 0-0 games. It just it's boring for me to watch. So yeah, I'm watching this in Spanish. I'm watching this in Telemundo. Um, I prefer to watch the Spanish version of. I prefer to watch the Spanish commentate commentary than the English one. I prefer other football. Yeah, yeah. The NFL. Yeah, I watch American football. The big rare is football, so it keeps going on. Yeah. Yeah, most of the world calls it football, but over here we call it soccer. So 12 minutes into the game, two scoreless between Mexico and Korea. Yeah, that game was crazy. Yeah, the U.S. just dominated against Paraguay. Yes, the U.S. will be taking on Australia tomorrow, so that game will be at noon. Thinking about streaming that game as well. So this game is being played in Guadalajara in Mexico. Yeah, it will be played at the Seahawks Stadium. The U.S. versus Australia game. Yeah, that U.S. versus Paraguay game was played at SoFi Stadium. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna call it. I'm gonna call it their. Oh shit! Oh, here comes Mexico. Here comes Mexico here. Oh. Or come. Oh, come. Oh. Wow. Nearly a goal for Korea. Or Korea back at it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that Corporate did draw against Spain. That was a really surprising draw, man. Unreal. There's an unreal draw by Corporate to draw against Spain, who was one of the favorites to actually win the World Cup. Oh, here comes Mexico. Mexico. Oh, wow. Man, great save by the Korean goalkeeper. Chances from both sides. They couldn't even capitalize. Yeah, that could have been a goal. Yeah. Korea had a chance, but one of the players stopped it from going in, and man, Mexico a chance to take the lead here, but just wow. Yeah, Messi did score a hat trick. Yep, against Algeria. Good for him. If Chris Conner was called to Argentina again, then he would somehow. Ah, yeah. God damn. Ooh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Chris Collins was so annoying. Yeah, he's so obsessed with Mahomes. Like, dude, like, what does Mahomes have to do with Argentina? Like, it makes no sense. Like, what does he have to do with Argentina? Like, it just makes no sense. And then we got a water break, hydration break. So in Telemundo, there is no commercials. They refuse to play commercials. But if you're watching this on Fox or any other network, then you're gonna get commercials. But no commercials here. Um, and I don't understand why they do water breaks, hydration breaks, so they can play commercials. Insane. We were doing water breaks yesterday between Ghana and Panama. It wasn't even hot. It's like it was raining. Oh, he would have been offside, so that goal would have not count anyways. The goal for Korea. Oh yeah, Mexico and South Korea. Um, Obviously, I like both country guys, so um, I don't know who I should cheer for. To be completely honest, I don't know who I should cheer for. Um, Obviously, I am Mexican, but I like South Korea a lot. I really do. I do like South Korea, so I don't know, man. It's a tough map. It's really tough to root against both teams. To be completely honest, it's really tough. Well, obviously, my family's gonna root for Mexico, but for me, I don't know. I don't want to root against them. Oh, so we're now approaching the 28 minute now. Still 0-0. But yeah, I'm gonna be. I don't know who to root for, but yeah, I think I'll be pretty happy if it ends on a draw. I could see this game ending up in a draw. The game between Czechia and South Africa ended up in a 1-1 draw. Here comes Korea. Here comes Mexico. Oh, Mexico. Now 31st minute. Oh, here comes Korea. Korea. Oh. Okay, it's gonna fucking buffer it here. This stuff, this thing buffers sometimes, guys. I want to say sometimes, but it does buffer quite a bit. I mean, that's what happens when you do go with some like third party streaming options. Like I wouldn't say that it doesn't work. I wouldn't say that, but like honestly, like I think that sometimes it depends on the Wi-Fi. I don't know, but um but I don't know. Who do I think is playing better so far? I would say maybe um Mexico. But yeah, both teams had their chances. But yeah, still scoreless. Oh, here comes. 40 minutes, no goal just yet. No one has scored just yet. What is your thought on a 48 World Cup expansion? I'm not really the biggest fan, honestly. I think it's like too much. Oh, here comes Korea. Oh, but yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of going to 48. I think we should have just stayed at 32, honestly. So yeah, they went from 32 to 48. I mean, that's like too much teams in the World Cup. Oh, here comes Korea. But one thing I would say is that um, it's pretty embarrassing that Italy didn't even qualify for the World Cup, despite it being expanded to 48. Couldn't make it, could have not make it with 32 teams, cannot make it with 48. Just embarrassing. Oh, let's expand it to 64 teams. Italy will probably still not even make it. What a joke of a country. Um, I mean their soccer program is a complete joke. Yeah. I mean their soccer program. Um, it's like it's like you really couldn't even get into the World Cup with 48 teams. It's like really. Like it went from 48 teams. Like you would think that it's gonna be much easier for them to qualify for the World Cup. But no, they literally messed out of the World Cup again. It's just embarrassing that they cannot even qualify under a 48 team World Cup. Like they should be qualifying for the World Cup every year. And so the last 10 minutes, South Korea with 50% of the ball, Mexico 44. So, I mean, I feel like Korea's been controlling the ball a lot here in this game. I think New 2030 should be Australia, New Zealand. I would support that. I think it would be cool to see Australia host the World Cup with New Zealand in 2038. Oh, dang. God. Man, Korea had their chances. It's going to be 4 minutes. Yeah, man, Korea's been having their chances in this game. Jeez. Straight. Yeah, I just kind of feel like that Korea's been having the ball quite a bit in this game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this end at a 0-0 draw. I wouldn't be surprised. Why this stupid ant? Oh, jeez. But I would say this is that I hope both teams make it out of the group stage. I really do. So yeah, I would like for both teams to really make it out of the group stage, and hopefully both teams can make a bit of a good run at this World Cup. I mean, Mexico. Mexico seems to choke in the round of 16. Like the only time they've been out the round of 16 is when they hosted the World Cup both times in 1970 and then 86. But yeah, it would be nice if Mexico can go on a run here. Like also South Korea as well. I mean, South Korea did got third place in 2002 when they hosted the World Cup. So yeah, South Korea has made one good run in the World Cup before, but maybe they have another one. Maybe they have another one here this time around. Hopefully, Australia was going to bid for 2034, but they didn't have a chance to win. Yeah, I mean, Australia has no shot. And Australia didn't have any damn shot to get the 2030, and we're at the half. 0-0 between Korea and Mexico. But yeah, going back is yeah. I mean, honestly, Australia knew that they have no shot of getting the 2034 World Cup since Saudi Arabia bid it, and it was pretty obvious that Saudi Arabia was going to get the World Cup in 2034. Yeah, it was pretty obvious. Australia had just they had no shot. It's kind of like I would have liked to see Australia host the World Cup in 2034, but hopefully in 2038 they could host it because yeah, Australia. I mean, it's a nice country. I think Australia is one of those countries that I really want to visit one day. I think people should give South America and Australia a bit to be able to host. Yeah, I mean, South America is only going to host 3 games in 2030. It's like, it's like they're only going to host 3 games in 2030. Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay will host a game in 2030 for the World Cup to celebrate the 100th anniversary, but the rest of the tournament is going to be in Spain, Morocco, Portugal. And then in 2034, we're going to go to Saudi Arabia. Just ridiculous. I mean, I know FIFA wanted Saudi Arabia to host the World Cup. That was kind of their plan. It's for Saudi Arabia to host the 2034 World Cup. I think Saudi Arabia is gonna have a good World Cup. I think they're gonna be I think Saudi Arabia is going to how do I say it here? Um I think like a lot of the stadiums looked really futuristic. So yeah, I think Saudi Arabia is gonna have a good World Cup. I think they'll be able to host a really good World Cup in 2034, but yeah, I think FIFA wanted it, honestly. Like Saudi Arabia, what I heard is a really wealthy country. And like Saudi Arabia is like it's like hold on. Okay, hold on. Unplug the wrong thing. 2030 should have been yeah, I think it would make more sense if South America hosted the World Cup rather than having almost the entire pretty much the entire tournament in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. But yeah, I mean, man, like Mexicans are just so passionate about their soccer team. I mean, oh crap. But the unfortunate thing is that they can't even go on deep runs. Are you gonna buffer again? At least it's halftime. It's like Mexico should be much better at soccer, but they really are not that great at soccer. Mexico is better at baseball. I would say so. But yeah, I think the Mexican baseball team do a bit better than the soccer team. The buffering is going a bit crazy now. We restart it. So for 2034, there's gonna be 5 cities. There's 5 potential cities that are gonna be hosting the. There's 5 potential cities in Saudi Arabia: Riyadh, Jeddah, um, um, so Riyadh had like um 8 stadiums that they could host the 2034 World Cup. Jedi with 4, and then there's the other 3. And then the World Cup finals could potentially be hosted at Prince Mohammed bin Salman Stadium, which is named after the prince of Saudi Arabia, the leader of Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince. Imagine a World Cup in Dubai. I mean, that'd be cool. Not gonna lie, that'd be cool to see Dubai host a World Cup. So yeah, so this is one of the stadiums that they're gonna host, that potentially could host a World Cup game. Um, so yeah, here's the stadiums: Riyadh, Jeddah, and these other cities. Um, I'm trying to fix this stupid lag. Oh, it's lagging again. So yeah, 2034 Saudi Arabia, 2030. Yeah, these are the potential venues. One, two, three, four, five, 6 venues. 3 venues for Portugal. Then most of the venues going to be in Spain: Barcelona, Madrid, Sevilla, Valencia, and then these are the three cities in South America that could host the World Cup. IDK how Kansas City gets to host World Cup games. Yeah, I kind of have no idea, honestly. Probably so. I wouldn't be surprised. That convinced that they can host it. Yeah. I think we're getting ready for the second half, but the lagging is kind of there's a bit of lagging. They could have picked Las Vegas, Denver, New Orleans, or Chicago. I think Chicago should have hosted a game since it's like the third largest city in the U.S. Second half underway. Yeah, I'm now watching a different feed. Since Telemundo is going through a little bit of a lagging issue, I don't know why. It just seems to lag. I mean, these type of streaming options kind of seems to have a bit of lagging issues. I'm now watching the Australian feed. Okay, seems to work fine. Seems to work. Here comes Korea. Ooh. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. Oh, here comes Mexico. Here comes Mexico. Oh, a chance for Mexico early on in the second half. Boy. Wow. What a chance for Mexico to break the scoreless tie. And Mexico is flying. Oh, my God. Just. But yeah, if this game ends in a draw, then Mexico and Korea will have 4 points, and then Czechia and South Africa each have 1 point. So I mean, wouldn't be the worst outcome for Mexico if they draw in this game. They would have to just ooh, oh, dangerous! Wow. Didn't the Korean goalkeeper seen the Mexican player? Like, how can He loses the ball. He fumbles it. Did- So what I was saying is that if this game ends up in a draw, um, it would not be the worst outcome for Mexico. I believe they just have to win against Czechia. Um, against Czechia. In their next game, and then they'll take the top spot, and they're in the round of 32 game could potentially be in Mexico City, and then July 5th will be in. And if they advance, then their next game will be on July 5th and also in Mexico City. And then if they make it to the quarterfinals, then July 11 at in Miami. Uh, yeah, that was a big goal for Mexico. Oh, here comes Korea. Maybe they add another one. Son. Wow. And if South Korea finish running up, then their game will be on July 28th. Ah, you fucking buffering. Which not July, June 28th. Excuse me. excuse me, guys. July. What I say July. June 28th. That game will be playing at Inglewood at SoFi Stadium. They'll play against the Group B runners up. Could be Canada, could be Switzerland. Um, um, could even be Bosnia or Qatar. Hello, Press Pro Shop. 1986 World Cup, Mexico had a true chance on winning the World Cup. Yeah, it seems like Mexico do well when they host the World Cup, but if once they don't host the World Cup, then they choke. They just choke. Oh yeah, Mexico. Let's see if they win their group. They're gonna play in against the third place team from Group C, E, F, H, I. Kind of complicated. Which team Mexico could play in the round of 32? But yeah, wow. South Korea, yeah, they could play at the Ram Stadium only if they finish second in their group, which I think they probably will. It's really confusing on who they can play. Yeah, it's just the third place teams. You know, it's kind of complicated to predict which team from what group could play Mexico. Yeah. Also, they could play on June 29th. Um, if they finish third in their group. Also, they can play July 1st. Um, yeah. Gotta be careful there. Gotta be careful. You can't you can't really give too much life to Mexico. But yeah, Korea did give the first goal last Thursday against Czechia. So we'll see. We'll see if Korea could may have another comeback here. Oh, buffer. Hit buffer. I think it's gonna come back on. It comes back on. Oh god, it's buffering. Oh, it's not. It's back. Just, just, just. Yeah. Maybe Mexico may have some more. Let's see. Mm. Oh, here comes Korea. Mm. Mm. And we got the water break. Let me go back to. Yeah. I mean, ugh. Let's see if so no commercials. Yeah, I do hope they tie, dude. Only if FedEx was not that shit of a stadium. Washington DC would have hosted the World Cup. Yeah. Man, like, come on, I want to draw. I want to fucking draw. Like, I really don't. I kind of don't want to see either team win, honestly. Yeah, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, that stadium is just terrible. So Mexico gets first in the group. They get to play the round of 32 at home in Mexico City. Korea gets second in the group. They will get to play the round of 32 in LA, basically a home game. can use. Okay, the Bahrain. Think. So Mexico rest their starters at the. Should Mexico rest their starters against Czechia? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. Even if they win this game. So tomorrow we will have the U.S. and Australia play. Um, that's not gonna be easy game for the U.S. So yeah. And so yeah, tomorrow we got U.S., Australia, Turkey, and Paraguay do play at Levi Stadium. Or we come Mexico. And then we got Scotland and Morocco. It's in Brazil and Haiti. So I have to make predictions. I'm gonna say the US do beat Australia probably like 2-1, and then Scotland, Morocco. I'm gonna say Morocco. And then Brazil should beat Haiti. I think Brazil um will win against Haiti, and then I'm gonna say Turkey. Oh, oh, what a stop! Wow. And then I'll say Turkey beats Paraguay. Yeah, I mean, I think Turkey. I think Turkey is gonna beat Paraguay. And then for Saturday, Netherlands, Sweden. That's a man. That's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go with the Netherlands. Oh, wow! Game one, they game one days went by. Yeah, it went by fast. Yeah. I'm gonna go with a draw between the Netherlands and Sweden. Tunisia, Japan. I'm gonna go with Japan. Hopefully, Japan wins. Yeah, they were terrible against Sweden. Yeah, they were terrible. Just um. Oh, hi. Norway is probably going to be future contenders for years to come. Probably so. They look good against Iraq. They looked really good. I prefer to call it soccer since it's the other football. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, like Mexico, they should be good at. They should be a country that contends for the World Cup. But no, they always choke. But yeah, for South Korea, I mean, they're not really a soccer nation. I mean, South Korea is mostly known for baseball. They're really big into baseball. Brazil is also not the same as before. Yeah. But I do think they're going to beat South Africa. I do think South Korea is going to beat South Africa. So, I mean, I don't think this loss is going to be the end of the world for South Korea. But yeah, that win against Czechia was critical for Korea. But yeah, you don't have to win your group to go on a deep run. We've seen teams who finished second in the group and they ended up going on to deep runs in the World Cup. I mean, South Korea, obviously, they're not going to win the World Cup. Obviously, there's pretty much no chance that South Korea is going to win the World Cup. Hey, Nicholas. Let's see. Croatia finished second, and they grabbed third place. In a 48 World Cup, you can finish third. That's tough because they would play a top tier nation. Yeah. Thoughts on Hockey Night leaving? Are you talking about Hockey Night in Canada? Yeah, it's how you been lately? Um, I've been all right. Not much going on in my life. But yeah, going back on thoughts on Hockey Night in Canada leaving the CBC. I mean, the CBC is dead. The CBC sucks. But yeah, the unfortunate part is that now you have to pay to watch the hockey games. It's not free no more. Now you have to watch. The CBC is just propaganda garbage. Yep. I don't watch the CBC. The CBC is just trash. I don't even watch the news from the CBC. Hey Jay. Oh, ooh. But yeah, not surprised that Hockey Night in Canada is no longer going to be on the CBC. Let's talk about that crazy drug addict wandering around downtown Winnipeg. Like that's supposed to be normal. Wow. Yeah, the WNBA is trash. It's honestly garbage. I don't watch that. The only thing about the WNBA is that they got. I mean, I don't even find the women in the WNBA to be attractive. Yeah, I prefer the NBA over the WNBA. I don't watch the WNBA, guys. It's just garbage basketball. I think the NBA is a lot more better than the WNBA. I prefer MLB, MLS over the W. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, it sucks. The WNBA sucks. I don't watch that. Would you watch the WNBA or? Oh my god. Oh wow. Nerdiage. Wow. Oh, he might be hurt. The goalkeeper from Mexico might be hurt. I wouldn't want either of that. They're checking on him. I think he might be just fine. He was a bit slow to get up. I don't find women's sports teams interesting. Yeah, I don't even watch the PWHL. I don't watch women's hockey. I don't even care for women's hockey. I watch men's. I mean, women's hockey is boring. There's nothing really special about watching the the PWHL. Yeah, the women are just ugly. Thank you. Oh my god, I was a big part of female sports. You got to see some. I mean, maybe women's women or golf could be decent. Yeah. Do, do. I don't watch female sports for bitches. I mean, I watch golf for sexy Asian women. Yeah, I mean, she's still hot, dude. I mean, a lot of the women are hot in golf. Not all of them, but especially the Asian women are hot. Do you take my? No, I did not take your roasted beef sandwich. No. So not so. How many extra time? How many time we're gonna? It's. I don't know. I don't know, dude. 6 minutes of extra time. And you took, I didn't took your pepperoni stick. Like, really? No, I did not take it. I didn't fucking take your pepperoni stick. I think he is. uh, WNBA is also political, like why in sports? Yeah, the WNBA is so political. Oh, yeah, and that's why I don't watch the WNBA. It's just that it gets so political, and I don't really like that. And you replaced my strawberry milk with, no, I did not. I did not. The clock never stops in soccer, except yeah, the clock keeps going. It keeps going. It never stops like in any other sport. I know, man. I know you're just playing, dude. Yeah, not gonna take things too personal. But yeah, looks like Mexico is probably gonna win this game. I mean, it would have been nice for a draw. Maybe they might have a chance here for Korea. Yeah, in American football, it does stop. Yeah. Okay. Were they gonna? No. I I don't I don't what Europe said it's called soccer to me. Football is something else. Out of bounds. One more minute left. Looks like Mexico is gonna get this win here. Um but yeah, I picked Mexico to win this game 2-1, but it's gonna be 1-0. It's gonna be 1-0 Mexico. Oh, maybe it's 2-0. Oh, maybe one more goal. And no. And that's it. Mexico gets the win. And Mexico will get first in this group. Not confirmed, but good chance they will get first place in this group. I mean, I don't think Korea played bad in this game. I don't think they played bad. But yeah, I think South Africa played really bad against Mexico. But yeah, I don't think Korea played that bad of a game. But I do think Mexico is going to be checked in the next game. I feel like a game that Mexico could have lost maybe could have been this game. Oh, shit. But fans throwing stuff. That's yeah. I mean, thoughts on. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm not the biggest. I mean, it's all right, I guess. But yeah, I mean, mm, yeah. But I think South Korea is still gonna advance out of the group. I do think they're still gonna advance out. But yeah, like yeah, I would have liked to see both teams draw, honestly. Yeah. I don't think either South Africa and Czech will advance. Yeah. I'm just hoping South Korea could get the second place and play at SoFi Stadium. Yeah. But yeah. But I'm gonna say this about Mexican fans, and no disrespect, but I think some Mexican fans are kind of have some disgusting behavior. Um, you know, sometimes fans can throw stuff out in the field, which I don't really like. Um, but yeah, I know Mexicans are passionate fans. I know they're really passionate about their team, and they want to see their national team do well. This is a team that always chokes in the knockout rounds. Like Like you would think that Mexico should at least win a World Cup, but they always choke in the knockout round. They always do. And we'll see. But yeah, for South Korea, I mean, um, but yeah, but yeah, what was I gonna say? But yeah, it just seems like Mexico just don't do well in soccer as they do in baseball. I think their baseball team. Let me see about their what was their best run at the World Baseball Classic. Uh, I know the Mexican baseball team did not made it out the group stage. Yeah, they finished second in their group. No, finished third, I should say. Yeah, they got destroyed by Italy. Um, Let me see here. So they got a third place finish in 2023. Um, so yeah, I mean, so yeah, they finished third in 2023 for Mexico at the World Baseball Classic, but they have qualified for every edition of the World Baseball Classic. Portugal was massively disappointed against DR Congo. Yeah, I didn't watch that game. So yeah. But yeah. Let me see. Mexico is ranked 7 in the world. Um, in baseball, so they're the 7th best country in the world according to the World Baseball Classic. According to the world rankings for baseball, Japan number 1, Chinese Taipei, which is pretty much Taiwan. USA, South Korea number 4, Venezuela number 5. Obviously, they won the whole thing. Puerto Rico number 6, um, Mexico number 7, Panama number 8, Australia number 9, the Netherlands number 10. So 2026 was just seen as a Italy making a huge underdog story. Yeah. I mean, Italy, man, they surprised a lot of people. They surprised a lot of people. They really did. But yeah, but yeah, for South Korea, I mean, they're not really the biggest soccer nation in the world. I mean, they're mostly into baseball. Baseball is kind of their national sport, not really soccer. I mean, Mexico national sport is pretty much soccer, but they're also good at baseball. They're also when we see when we will see what happens in the 2029 World Baseball Classic. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Who is the best soccer nation? Who is the best soccer nation ever? Probably Brazil. Yeah, Brazil. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.